Each fall, the highlight of Ontario's 4-H Club program is the annual 4-H Interclub Competitions. The Ontario Agricultural College at Guelph plays host to this province-wide contest, organized and sponsored by the Ontario Department of Agriculture. The full day's activities get underway at 9 in the morning. Almost 500 contestants from regularly organized clubs register in one of the 8 divisions of the competitions. These divisions are dairy calf, beef calf, swine, poultry, grain, potato, forestry, and tractor maintenance clubs. Each 4-H club may send a team of 2 members, either boys or girls. Contestants must be at least 16 and not over 21. For the livestock clubs, the morning is devoted to judging. Here we see the dairy calf club teams at work on a class of Guernsey cows. The basis of 4-H club activities in the province, whether it is a dairy calf club or any other, is a project which may be carried out on the member's own farm. Individual club competitions determine who will be selected to represent the club at the annual Interclub Competitions. In this and other divisions, the OAC provides the livestock, equipment, and personnel to stage the competitions. The Dairy Calf Club competition is consistently the largest and most keenly contested. Besides Guernseys, contestants also judge Jerseys, Holsteins, and Ayrshires. The 4-H Beef Calf Club teams are required to judge Aberdeen Angus, Hereford, Shorthorn, and Market classes. Standard judging procedure here, as well as in the dairy and swine divisions, is to get an overall impression of the class of 4 first, and then to move in to check individual characteristics. In this case, the team members check the quality and evenness of fleshing by actually handling the animal. Each competitor works by himself, and his decisions, regardless of the final outcome, will be his own. Over in the paddock area, there is the Swine Club competition. Genuine concentration and individual effort characterize all divisions. Each team is being coached by its county agricultural representative or his assistant. Consequently, the members know the important characteristics to look for. In this division, there is a class of carcasses as well. Hogs are graded and sold in Ontario according to rail grading standards. Quality on the hoof is one thing, but to know what features bring top prices on the rail will have a lasting value to these future hog producers. Contestants in the poultry division wouldn't have too much luck if their classes were allowed to run loose. Those feathers could cover a multitude of good and poor characteristics. Judging procedure here is not only what your eyes tell you, but also what your hands do. As you've already noticed, boys aren't the only ones who win places on competition teams, and this girl is not going to be outdone by any boy. Included in the classes is one of dressed birds. With the feathers stripped away, these competitors can see what they're looking for. A second competition, which is staged indoors, is that for the 4-H potato clubs. For them, there are classes in seed stock and table stock. 4 groups of 6 tubers each make up a class, and careful scrutiny under good light is necessary for championship judging. In each competition to this point, all contestants have judged identical classes. Here in the Grain Club competition, there are optional classes to suit regional specialties. For example, members from a soybean club will judge a class of soybeans. Corn clubs, a husking corn class. And forage club teams select optional classes of grasses and clovers. Points to consider when placing the classes are off-type seeds, impurities, and weed seeds. This explains why contestants are continually hunting through the samples. The break for noon lunch means the end of judging in some divisions, and in others the completion of oral tests. In each division, as well as judging or practical tests, there are a number of questions to be answered orally concerning the broad field of their interest group. OAC faculty and students man the bag lunch serving line. Once through the line, the competitors find places around the tables, and tired feet get a rest. As is usually the case when large numbers of young boys and girls eat together, there is a definite line dividing one from the other. However, all enjoy their lunches and the chance to relax. During lunch, the supervisor of 4-H club work in Ontario gives the group instructions for the afternoon program and more information about the banquet in the evening. Lunch serves as a natural break before the afternoon session of giving reasons for placings. Grouped by divisions, contestants waiting their turn wish they could remember what it was they didn't like about number 3 in the second class. For this fellow, his time has come. While some are busy giving reasons, others have time for serious thinking. Safety and efficiency. These are the two factors that are all important in the Tractor Maintenance Club's driving competition. On the obstacle course, there is 1 inch of clearance on either side of the wagon rack. Knocking a stake over is like putting a hole in the side of the barn. Here, it would cost the contestant 10 points out of his possible 200. Besides the driving competition, each contestant has already taken practical or oral tests on general service care and maintenance of a tractor. As an agricultural engineering fieldman marks him on safety, a team member attempts to back his wagon up to a dummy platform. This is the second phase of the obstacle course. The next contestant patiently watches the fellow ahead of him. The last obstacle is maneuvering the tractor so the hitch is directly over a stake in the ground. The ordeal is over for this competitor, and all he can do now is wait for the results. Something new for the Forestry Club competition is the woodlot management quiz. In the morning, there was an identification contest. After lunch, the club teams are taken by bus to an OAC woodlot. A zone forester is on hand to give them a brief orientation, after which they are required to indicate what they would do with the marked trees in the woodlot. Dry, sunny weather aided contestants for their quiz. Should this tree be allowed to grow still further or cut out and sold? Once again, individual work is the rule, and their concentration is not a sham. The girl with the puzzled expression is trying to decide if number 4 is a good specimen. The forestry competition is organized and staged by zone foresters of the Department of Lands and Forests. A fitting reward for the concentration and hard work of the day is a full-scale banquet in the evening. Competitors, coaches, officials, and college faculty are guests of the Ontario Department of Agriculture. Speaking to them as potential students, the president of the Ontario Agricultural College welcomes the 4-H club members to the campus. In his capacity as general chairman of the competitions and of the banquet, the provincial supervisor of 4-H club work introduces the Minister of Agriculture for Ontario. The thought in the minister's message was that the future of Canadian agriculture is in the hands of the young people, and those involved in 4-H clubs and similar work will be looked to as future leaders. What is uppermost in everyone's mind is who are the winners, as well as a trophy in each of the 8 divisions and the applause of the 500 contestants. Through the 4-H Interclub Competitions, the Ontario Department of Agriculture and others interested in farming are providing a proving ground for these future leaders are present 4-H club members.